And welcome back to another episode of Energized. Barry, how are you doing?
Ross, I'm doing very well today.
How well?
Do you know what? I'm doing well. Last week's show, I thought it could have been done a bit better. I think we sort of led into it sort of halfway through the week, you know?
Yeah, well, it's always better when you do the show on the Monday than it is on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I think you're slightly more in a rush to get it done.
Yeah.
But sure, look, we got content out there.
Yeah.
I actually think what we said was quite good. I tipped Josh Adams to be top try scorer in the tournament in the rugby, and he scored a hat-trick. So, like, sure, look, if you listen to what we say, you can make a lot of money off it.
That's actually true, man. That's true. No, it was just, yeah.
And we said the Chiefs are going to win Super Bowl.
And we said the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl, yeah.
Congratulations to the Chiefs.
And we said Ireland were going to win.
Yeah. And we said Wales are going to be Italy.
Yeah, so...
And we said Bruno Fernandes was going to play for Man United in a all draw.
Yeah.
What didn't we say?
I actually don't know, man. I don't know. Things have been changing over the last while. We were meant to start on Monday. We were here on a Wednesday, and then we're back. We talked about
Back
it.
to Monday.
We're back to Monday.
So you didn't have to wait too long to see us again.
Yeah.
So here we are. Barry, what is on today's show?
Yeah, okay.
Hold on. But if you're new to the Energized podcast,
welcome.
And if you're a returning Energized listener,
welcome back.
So what is on today's show?
Okay, on today's show, it's February, so it's the month of FightCon. Myself and Ross are going to be doing a live show at FightCon, so we were just off the phone there with Jay, and we're going to let you know exactly what is going on at FightCon.
So if you actually want to go to FightCon, we'll let you know how to get there in a few minutes.
Yeah, true. Also, this weekend, it's a huge card in the world of mixed martial arts. It's UFC 247. John Jones is taking on Reyes, Ross's mate Reyes.
Dominic Reyes, the Destroyer. And Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko is taking on Caitlin Showigan.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to discuss all the rugby action from
Obviously.
the weekend. Obviously.
Ovs
won.
Ovs for the boys. So Ross, we should start off with FightCon. We just got off the phone there with Jay. It is on February the 29th, the day of the leap year, but do you want to just sort of explain what people can expect from the event itself?
Day of the leap. Before we go any further, Energized have discounted tickets for FightCon.
Yeah.
You can get €10 off any FightCon ticket. All you have to use is the code EASY10.
Yeah. Spell that, can you?
EZ10.
Yeah.
Just 4 characters.
Yeah.
Really, really easy. You get €10 off your ticket to FightCon. How good is that?
I think it's going to be brilliant. I think it's going to be cool to meet people that follow the show. People that hate the show are going to be like first in the queue.
Yeah, first in the queue to be like, get a picture with the lads. There's some outrageously good guests. We have Funky Ben Askren, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Michael Venom Page, James the Shrabanimal Gallagher, Richard Kiley, Will Fleury, Ian Gary, and many more. It's going to be class, isn't it?
It is going to be class.
Who are you looking forward to meeting the most?
I'd say Ben Askren. I think
Funky one.
I think we've talked about this before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Ben Askren
still. Yeah, remind the people.
Yeah, Ben Askren. He's just he caused such a ruckus in the world of mixed martial arts there last year.
He really does, doesn't he?
Yeah, and we decided we're going to go down on Friday night because the two lads who were actually in charge of the event, Keane and Jay, they're doing a live show with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Ben Askren on stage. Yeah. That's going to be a live show down in Cork at the Clayton Hotel on the Friday the 28th. So we're going to go down on Friday, just suss out the situation, and then I'm just really looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Myself and Ross put about 4 years definitely of like grafting into this, and we're going to be doing something live for the first time ever in Cork.
Yeah, it's going to be great crack, isn't it?
Yeah. We wrote down roughly what times would best suit us, so we're talking about maybe doing a show between 12 and 2.
Yeah.
So it could be like 1 to 2 or 1:30 to 2:30, something like that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. We might have a special guest on the show. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. You know, there's a few people who are going to be on our show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
like MVP.
There was one person who was always asking to come on the show.
MVP, but he keeps on asking us to go over to London.
Yeah, MVP, man. He was previously on the show.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah, interviewing him, when he fought Richie Kiley. But, so we were planning on doing it roughly between 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock on the day itself, 29th of February.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a great one.
Yeah. And the discount code as well is there if you want to use it.
Yeah,
as well.
and if you want to lift down to Cork, I know a good train driver. But look, it should be an absolute fantastic event. Jay and Keane have done a fantastic job of setting up the show, so we're really, really looking forward to seeing it. We're looking forward to being part of it.
Yeah, it's going to be a day to remember anyway.
So if you follow the show and you're from Cork, we really expect to see you there. And again, throw in that discount, easy 10, get that money off.
Yeah, get the money off. Why would you pay extra?
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah, but there's loads of stuff going to be going on today. You can get pictures with the fighters. There's going to be live discussions, everything, man. I mean,
also it will be a week after Bellator or Dublin as well, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's the week after Bellator.
So get on that.
Get on that.
Get on that.
Yeah, Ross. And then it'll say about FightCon.
No, I just can't wait to have my face off with Ben Askren.
Okay. Perfect man. But Ross, before we go into the world of mixed martial arts in UFC 247 this weekend, is there anything else that's happened over the last week in the world of mixed martial arts that people may not have heard or seen?
Well, it looks like it's all said and done. It's going to be on Fight Week in Vegas this year. It's going to be Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that? See the way they had that face-off in Miami?
Yeah.
Did you think that was staged?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a bit, wasn't it?
They were definitely arranged to be there at the same time.
It's like, make sure you wear the jumper.
It means Conor turned the boat down anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was only more so interesting in the Masvidal fight.
Yeah. That was the thing. I was like, right, if Conor's going to fight someone, Masvidal, it has to be now, because the next person Masvidal fights, and if he loses, that's the gold dust gone.
Yeah, Masvidal is really only hot until he loses again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to, I feel like Usman's just going to be Usman, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like McGregor Usman doesn't make you go, woo.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
But McGregor Masvidal makes you go,
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But Ross, shall we get into UFC 247?
Yeah, why not? Where do you want to start?
I think we should start in the main card, right? Just at the beginning, because it's Derek Lewis in the heavyweight division taking on Ilir Latifi. Ilir Latifi moving up to the heavyweight division. Do you think this is a good idea for Latifi? Because Derek Lewis has to cut to make heavyweight.
I actually thought this was a good idea for Ilir Latifi until his first heavyweight fight was against Derek Lewis. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Because I look at Latifi, he's actually so thick.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like, he's a very, very big boy. I reckon Latifi's going to come in and weigh around 250 pounds. You know that? I think he's going to be big for a heavyweight. But look, Derek Lewis is different gravy. And I think Derek Lewis is actually probably the most dangerous heavyweight in the entire division. Because if you think about it, we've seen time and time again, like Lewis has been losing like 4 rounds in a fight and then just kablamo, knockout. You know what I mean?
You still think he's more dangerous than Ngannou?
Well, I feel like once Ngannou's tired, like, you're out of trouble.
Okay.
He's never like finished someone in the third round. Like Derek Lewis finished people all the time really late.
Yeah.
And
Volkov.
Yeah, exactly. It's just he's one punch away from saying good night, Irene.
Yeah, but we all know that Derek Lewis does have back problems. And
Yeah.
like Latifi trains with Gustafsson as well, so Latifi would probably be faster on his feet.
He will probably be the
So
fastest.
he could run around him and make him tired.
Run around him. Look, Latifi's actually quite a good wrestler as well. So he might go for the takedown. But I fancy Lewis for this one. I think knockout. I've seen Latifi get knocked out as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Lewis get knocked out. So, yeah, actually, no, I did. I saw him get knocked out against Match Mitrione. He sort of fell into his hip or something. It was a funny one.
I think I'm just the loyalty to Derek Lewis. I'm just going to back Derek Lewis.
Yeah. You know what? I think I picked against him too many times, and then I was like, oh, he actually just wins, doesn't he?
Yeah. Also on the card, Mirsad Bektic in the featherweight division taking on Dan Oig. Ross, any thoughts on this one, man?
Dan Oig, the Hawaiian. In fairness, Mirsad Bektic was one of the best prospects you've seen in a very long time until he fought the Damage, Darren Elkins.
Yeah.
And do you remember he was battering Darren Elkins 2 rounds, and then the Damage came back and like head kicked him and knocked him out.
Yeah, wasn't he like undefeated then? He had like the blonde hair and he was meant to be the next big thing.
Yeah, and then I don't know. And after that, I was like, I'm not as interested.
Yeah.
In him anymore.
Yeah, that's why I was like, right, we'll talk about this one. There is another heavyweight fight on the card. Juan Adams is taking on Justin Tafa. Ross, what are you expecting here? Obviously, Juan Adams was on the...
But he lost to Greg Hardy. That was his thing. Like,
yeah, but he was on Contender
Series.
Was it Contender Series or the other one?
what, The Ultimate Fighter?
The Ultimate Fighter, yeah.
Or Dana White looking for a fight?
Or Dana White looking for a fight, yeah.
He was on one of those
He
shows.
was on one of them.
But look, ever since I saw him lose to Greg Hardy, I was like, you're a sap. But he went in, he was like, you wouldn't beat Greg Hardy, I'm going to whip your ass. And then he went in there and like fought him terribly. You know what I mean? He didn't like just absolutely slug it out with him, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like Justin Taffa is there to win.
He is, yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure he's like undefeated. So,
yeah,
like,
where's Taffa from?
Yeah, New Zealand, I think.
Yeah, he looks...
you put him up there and tell me where he's from. 3-0, New Zealand.
He is New Zealand, yeah. He actually has the same tattoos as Taito Vasa.
Yeah.
They must be mates.
Hashtag mates.
Hashtag best mates. We are going to move into the co-main event of the evening in the women's flyweight division. Valentina Shevchenko, the champions, taking on Caitlin Chukagian.
Tell us a bit about Caitlin Chukagian there, Basmo.
Wasn't she lined up to fight for a title before but got married instead? And they're like, right, we'll wait for you to get married and then you can fight. It's like, oh no. Valentina Shevchenko, like the only person who's beaten her is the champ.
Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
In fairness, Valentina Shevchenko was the best female fighter on the planet.
Yeah.
Not named Amanda Nunes. You know what I mean? And you could argue that like those fights were razor close.
They were.
And she could have given Valentina Shevchenko the nod.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I think Shevchenko's here for a win. I'd say she's probably going to be one of the heaviest favourites in UFC history to win this fight. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I
don't know where Caitlin Chukagian is supposed to win this fight.
Oh no, Valentina Shevchenko is crazy good.
Yeah, but she goes off like the wilderness and like trains like Rocky, and then like Chukagian's like, well, I might be a model if I can't win this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Valentina reminds me a bit of Khabib, even though like totally different fighting styles, but just that mentality of like...
Yeah, she's an animal.
Yeah. I doubt she's ever drank in her life. She's just like, no, I come to kill and that's it, full stop.
Yeah, and she was training with Rose for ages as well.
Yeah, and her sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Antonio.
Yeah, so Valentina Shevchenko, possibly second round I'd go
definitely.
For. Stoppage.
Right. I think she'll do like an armbar. That's my guess.
All right. Then in the main event, John Jones is taking on Dominic Reyes for the light heavyweight title. Ross, where exactly do we start here?
Well,
where do we start?
I think with this fight, the key thing is they're actually the same size, which is rare for John Jones to fight someone as big as he is.
Okay.
And it's one of the rare occasions where you can put an argument that Dominic Reyes is potentially the better athlete than John Jones. He was very, very good at collegiate sports. I think he did football, wrestling, and baseball. So the way I look at it is Dominic Reyes could be one of the best athletes John Jones ever faced. However, John Jones...
Wait a sec. When you say that, and then you look at Daniel Cormier, he was in the Olympics.
Oh, I'm fully aware of that, but he was more very proficient at wrestling as opposed to like he was like just a very good athlete at whatever he tries his hand to.
Okay.
And now he's turned his hand to fighting. He's undefeated, although I do remember watching the Volkan Ozdemir fight, and I thought he actually lost that fight. Do you remember that fight?
No.
Okay. He fought that when he got the nod on the judges' scorecards. But John Jones is obviously a different gravy. He's the best to ever do the damn thing.
Yeah.
But in his last 3 fights, he hasn't been, set the world on. Like he was good against Gustafsson, but the Anthony Smith fight and the Thiago Santos fight, I wasn't like overly sold on him. Were you?
No, but why is that?
I don't know. It's quite a strange one because, like you said, he's more on the straight and narrow now than he's ever been. And in fairness, it was impressive to see him do a kickboxing fight against Thiago Santos, who was a kickboxer.
Yeah,
I watched him fight Anthony Smith. Maybe it's because I'm used to seeing him getting the finishes, and like he didn't finish them.
Yeah, he's not really finishing people that much anymore, is he?
And I think
that
was
Cormier, really.
Yeah, but that was years ago at this stage.
I don't know.
I think it's maybe just now that it's like if you're the GOAT, we need to see him put people away.
Yeah.
And also I think it's because those guys came up from middleweight to light heavyweight that you're like, they're smaller than you didn't put them away. Although I don't think Thiago Santos was actually smaller when they were in there. Also,
didn't he used to fight welterweight or something?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He like lost the Ultimate Fighter Brazil at welterweight. But look at Rumble Johnson. You know what I mean? Like shite at welterweight, like third best fighter in the world at light heavyweight.
Yeah, Bobby Knuckles as well.
Yeah, exactly. He was down at welterweight, got knocked out by Wonder Boy, and then again became middleweight champ.
Russ, people are saying that Dominic Reyes could be getting into John Jones's head. The last few fighters haven't done this to John Jones, so maybe this could actually be worse for Dominic Reyes by trying to get into John Jones's head.
I don't think he is in John Jones' head. I think John Jones actually almost, the way McGregor goes, it's just another body in there.
Yeah.
I feel like John Jones just sees that in him. I feel like he's like, here, look, you're trying to sell the fight, but like, whatever, bud. You know what I mean? I feel it's very dismissive of his personality.
As always.
Yeah.
It is, as always. But, so obviously you're going for a Dominic Reyes win then.
Yeah, Dominic Reyes, first round knock. No, I'm joking. I think John Jones will probably get the win here. I'll probably say like 4th round submission.
All right. I think he will get it done just based on the fact that Dominic Reyes is trying to wreck his head. But the most important thing is, I think the takeaway from this whole entire card is, what is John Jones' situation? Is he the greatest ever? And when will he move up to heavyweight? I think that's what people would be most interested in this part of the video, you know?
I also think the light heavyweight division becomes way more interesting when John Jones isn't in it.
Yeah.
Because who is the best light heavyweight without John Jones there? If that makes sense. That becomes so much more interesting. Yeah. And then putting John Jones in the heavyweight mix becomes more interesting as well. It actually spices up both divisions.
Yeah. Well, even in next week's card, it's
Ngannou versus
Rio
Rosenstruck.
No, it's
Jan Blachowicz versus Corey Anderson.
Yes, and like that's going to be the number one contender spot for the winner of this fight. And
yeah,
like no one's dying to buy that pay-per-view. Well,
no, Corey Anderson versus John Jones.
Yeah, well, that pay-per-view that would ever happen. Corey Anderson, yeah. Remember we saw him? Didn't he lose in the UFC we went to?
Yeah,
in New York.
UFC 217. He got head kick knockout by OSP.
Yeah, and then you're like, he's not going to beat John Jones.
Yeah,
but Ross, John Jones, I think without a doubt he's the best ever. Like, I mean,
yeah, but I want to see him go and fight a heavyweight. I want to see him and Cormier a heavyweight. That's the fight to make.
But like Cormier, well, let's start. If he stays in the heavyweight division, right, and then he beats Dominic Reyes. John Jones is saying that like he will fight Israel Adesanya, but he's saying that Adesanya doesn't want to fight him.
But Adesanya was like, I'll fight you in 2021. It's like, thanks, pal. I'll fight you in 2 years' time.
And like John Jones is obviously going to fight at least 2 more times this year as well after this.
Yeah, I have a massive feeling that John Jones will be able to take Adesanya down and just like have his way with him.
I'd want to see that.
Yeah, well, but I'd love to see it
fight.
on the feet.
I want to see that fight. Yeah. But so like if John Jones wins, which like he should, John Jones against who then?
John Jones versus Daniel Cormier, a heavyweight.
A heavyweight.
Yeah.
But
like that's where the money is. You
I
know,
but is Miocic versus Cormier not booked in yet? No. What's taking so long?
Cormier's like, or Miocic's like, I don't know if I want to fight Cormier. I might fight someone else.
Why?
Because like Cormier fought someone in between. He fought Eric Lewis. Just like absolute horse manure. Absolute bullshit. Who's on the prelims of this card, Basmo? Like, tell me, is there anyone
Miocic. Miocic is.
Oh.
Perfect.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, no one else is on that, to be honest.
The UFC.
They're onto us, man.
They don't want anyone.
Was Miocic actually not going to happen, or would you not see John Jones go up against taking Ngannou or something? No.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing Ngannou and Rosenstruck are going to fight each other. I'm like, that could be a good crack. No.
Yeah.
And like Curtis Blades has to fight someone. See, Curtis Blades is in such a weird position because like Ngannou's sort of ranked ahead of him, and he needs to almost get the belt before Ngannou. Because if Ngannou gets the belt, like he's never going to get a title shot. Because there's like, we've seen that twice.
Yeah, I know. It's such a tricky situation. Like, and John Jones is sort of like, here, look.
Is this the prelims?
Yeah.
Man, they are terrible.
I know.
And the early prelims.
Shite,
why is that guy grey?
Yeah, they're never up to date with it. Here, Joe, Leon Edwards is actually like still not an icon on the.
Oh, he's TBC.
Yeah, it's just like here, they really don't like him or something.
Yeah, I've never seen someone win so many fights and just be so disregarded, even though like he's actually one of the best fighters in the world.
Tony Ferguson style.
Very T-Ferg.
Yeah, I'm actually buzzing for that fight, Tony Ferguson versus Khabib.
No way.
Yeah, way. Like, totally.
That's if it happens.
That is if it happens. But,
and then Adesanya versus Romero.
Adesanya versus Romero as well.
I can't remember. Yeah. I think Luke Rocco was like kicking Romero was like kicking a brick wall. It was that hard. Like,
Yeah. Do you think it's right for Romero to get that title shot against Adesanya, even though he lost?
I'm not overly against it. I feel like Romero sort of was due a title shot and then he didn't get a fair crack at it. I know he missed weight, but he was sort of like thrown in at the last minute.
Yeah.
And also, I thought he actually beat Whittaker in the rematch when they fought. And I feel like he's had enough bad luck that I think he deserved one title shot.
I got you, yeah.
And the Costa fight was like a close split decision loss.
Yeah.
The two fights against Whittaker, like some people scored both of them for Romero. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like he was getting absolutely dominated out of it. You know?
Yeah. But what about Adesanya has too much business to clear up there to just jump and fight John Jones.
100%. He has to fight him, Paulo Costa, and then like if Darren Till can get another win, like it could be Darren Till next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot on that plate.
Yeah. What about Luke Rockhold in the division? Do you think he's just...
No, I think he's done so. I think he's like, I earn loads of money doing modelling, so like, why am I getting my head kicked in?
Yeah.
He might be like, I'll fight Chris Weidman though, because I know it can be him.
Yeah. Is there anything else coming up in mixed martial arts that you're sort of looking forward to seeing just before we move on as well? Because like,
the Bellator Dublin card keeps on shifting, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually, there is news about the Bellator Dublin card.
So Peter Quealy's out, so there'll be no zombie walkout in the 3 Arena, which is actually like heartbreaking, really, isn't it?
It is, man. Yeah, that's like one of the main reasons be there.
Yeah, zombie. And who else is out? Redzer's opponent's out, isn't he?
Yeah.
Who's he fighting?
Redzer was meant to fight Ryan Scope.
Yeah.
Sunderland
Zone.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah, and then Brent Primus was meant to fight Peter Queally. And that was almost like going to be an eliminator.
Yeah, but I always thought like would not have done Redzer versus Brent Primus. And they just didn't do that either. I think they gave them both new opponents.
Yeah, they did do that, yeah. Oh, they must have fallen out at wrong times.
Yeah, but I almost think like Redzer and Primus should just fight each other in the go. The other two people who fell in should actually fight each other. No? Because they would actually like be higher on the ladder.
I know, I get you, yeah. But I think they just maybe already had people in camp and they're like...
Yeah,
but you're right,
so.
yeah, you're right, yeah, you're right.
But look, Kiefer Crosby's still fighting... Is he still fighting TBD?
I'm not sure about Kiefer's situation, yeah.
KBD fighting TBD.
Yeah, James Gallagher headlining the card.
Yeah, against Cal Elner. That should be a really good fight.
Yeah.
Will Fleury's back. I don't know who's fighting you.
No.
Is announced. Put up Bellator Dublin there, will you?
Yeah, hello.
And see if there's any madness going on there.
Yeah, if you're actually enjoying the show, make sure to like and subscribe, by the way. Cheers, bud.
Yeah, appreciate it. And thanks for everyone who followed us there recently on YouTube and everyone followed us there recently on Spotify. We actually really, really do appreciate it. Barry's going to pull up the Bellator Dublin card there and see who we got. So obviously James Gallagher versus Cal Elner in the main event. Yep. The co-main event is now going to be Aaron Chalmers versus Austin Clem.
Yeah.
Honda Clem. Liam McCourt is fighting. That's actually brilliant. Brent Primus versus Chris Bungard, Scotland's own. At first he's actually quite good. So like, that's decent. He's a slugger.
Yeah.
Kiefer Crosby's fighting Emac Furtado.
Yeah, that's at a contract weight, £160. Charlie Ward against Kyle Kurtz. Beck Rawlings.
Oh yeah, Rowdy Beck Rollins.
She was actually at the last event.
Yeah, I think she was like, I really want to fight in the Dublin crowd. She might come out to zombie or something just for the crack, because she's dying for that like crowd to be like, yeah.
But she was doing bare knuckle boxing as well before this.
Yeah, she's mad. He was in the prelims.
Flyweight. Hold on, what weight is Liam McCourt? Featherweight. Oh, okay. Like, I mean, as we all know,
McCourt for Cyborg. Yeah, for the title.
Jesus, man. Redzer.
Oh, versus Georgie Kakarian. He's actually quite good. Although I think he normally fights a featherweight.
Ryan Roddy against Chris Duncan. Philip Mopeter against Daniel Crawford. Yeah, Will Fleury's taking on Justin Moore. I think they were scheduled to fight before, weren't they?
Alright, that should be a good enough fight.
Yeah. Richie Smullen against Ranjit Barria. Oliver Enkamp against Lewis Long. Danny Nealon against Kiara Penko. Blaine O'Driscoll. Blaine's back in this. Azubar.
Say his name again, will you?
Kieran Clark, Jamie Folding, Ilias Bullet.
Oh, Ilias. Is his brother going to be there trying to hang out with us again?
Oh, yeah, the Moroccan Pauly D. Dylan Logan's on the card as well. There's actually so many people on
How
this
many
card.
fights
Ricky
are on the
Bandejas
card?
against Franz Malambo.
That's actually a brilliant
That
fight.
should actually be alright, yeah.
That should be like the headline or the prelims, actually, shouldn't it?
Yeah. There's actually so many fights in this card. We are still waiting to get confirmation about our Bellator credentials as well, but we're really looking forward to going to it as well.
Yeah, so I think that's sort of all the mixed martial arts news, yeah?
Yeah. If you enjoyed the Energized mixed martial arts segment and show, make sure to like, subscribe. Thank you. Because now
it is time for the Rugby Six Nations special.
Yeah.
So here we go. Ireland are fresh off their opening game victory over Scotland. Johnny Sexton scored all 19 of Ireland's points. It was 19-12, so Scotland did get a losing bonus point.
Yeah.
Barry, what was your initial thought on the game?
Going into it, I was like seriously excited. I was actually like, had my Ireland jersey on and all. I couldn't wait. Straight away from the first minute, I think because Caelan Doris got knocked out on his debut. Imagine that, your debut, the build up, and then it's like 1 minute in.
I actually felt so sorry for him.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like it looked worse than it was until
Yeah.
you actually see it was a headbutt. I thought someone like broke his back or something.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was for ages, and I was like, "Geez, he's on the ground for a very long time."
Yeah,
because it sort of went like it happened in the first minute and sort of went to the third or fourth minute of play before it stopped.
Yeah, didn't it?
Yeah,
I thought people thought he was like seriously injured, and like it really killed the atmosphere in the stadium. Now I don't know if the atmosphere was just shit or it was just put on such a downer.
Yeah,
because the atmosphere never got going at all in the game, really.
No, I also am a firm believer that Scotland came like right out of the traps, and the way I sort of put it is Scotland weren't nice to Ireland. They came up and they hit them hard, and they started the game at such a high tempo and a fast pace that Ireland, like, they didn't get a chance to breathe. You know, Scotland were like just down their throat the entire time, and I feel like Ireland don't like that. I feel like New Zealand did that to us in the World Cup. Japan did that to us, and they just put that pressure on.
Yeah.
And I like to say, like, pressure sort of makes it crumble every now and then. You know what I mean? And that's the way I looked at it.
Yeah. We were going into it expecting a lot of like sort of free flowing rugby, almost like Leinster-esque, and we really did not get that at all.
No, we didn't at all.
What do you think that was? Like, I know Andy Farrell's only been in charge for about 5 training sessions, but he had previously been there under Schmidt as well.
See, I think Leinster are very good at the offload, and Ireland seem to be very much a phase play team. It's like hit the ball up and take your phases and see how that goes. As opposed to Leinster, it's almost like that bit more finesse and flair to them, and it just doesn't seem to like connect as much as it does for Leinster as it does for Ireland.
Yeah, but other countries have played like that. Remember Wales in the past with Shane Williams? They've really, really played with that. They were offloading as well.
Yeah.
But it seems like Ireland are just like, it's like drilled into their head. You go into contact and just take the
So it's like
tackle.
keep the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not as attractive as
I thought
Leinster style rugby is.
I thought we were getting something sexier.
So did I.
I feel like we were slightly catfished.
Sure. I wrote up on one of the Facebook groups. I was like, at least we're like guaranteed the bonus point. Like Ireland are going out there to score tries.
Yeah.
It's in the Aviva.
Yeah.
And now it's just
like
19-12 over Scotland.
Everyone was waiting for a new something fresh.
So many people have been like, we're going to beat Scotland by 20 points. You know what I mean?
I know.
That's what
I said. That's what I said. I was just, but I was, do you know what? I was so excited and like hopeful as well. I wasn't like definitely happening, but I was like, do you know what? Once it's going to get going. Shout out to Johnny Sexton, 19 points as well. It's not very often you're have
Captain Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fairness, got the fresh haircut as well, like himself.
He actually did.
Yeah.
He actually, He got it like a raw. What did you get?
Like a one on the back and the sides. For anyone who knows.
Were you walking around?
You know.
People were walking around with like the Johnny Sex.
Yeah, they're like, oh, the Sexto. I'll have the Sexto, please. But
make sure to like and subscribe if you like this crack, right?
Yeah, so
we're here every week.
Look, Sexton bossed the game. I wasn't overly impressed with Murray. I thought that the entire back row was brilliant. Stander actually had a fantastic game, and I actually wasn't too sure about him beforehand. O'Mahony came on and he was brilliant, and I thought Van der Fleer was brilliant as well. The back row was very impressive. James Ryan was impressive. Henderson was impressive. I thought his scrum was actually quite bad, which was quite rare.
Which make a herring.
His lineouts were good, which is, I don't think they're actually that great for Ulster. I felt like there was a lot of pressure on him to make sure the lineouts were good, and he seemed to hit his man nearly every single time. So I think we lost one line out.
Do you think he's guaranteed to start the next game, or because supposedly Kelleher wasn't ready to really start?
I think he is. I feel like he did well enough to get back on.
Okay. Yeah, so we may as well start in the forwards before we go into the backs then.
Yeah, we're halfway through the bleeding forwards now.
Oh, no, I thought you were finished with the forwards.
Well, I didn't do the props.
Okay.
I think Keane Healy was knackered and was dying to come off, but there was he came off Kilcoyne, then Kilcoyne got injured straight away. Did you see that? And then Healy had to come back on.
Yeah.
And then Porter came on. So Porter actually played loose head.
Porter, yeah.
And then Furlong played tie head.
Yeah.
Jeez, Porter's a big boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like.
Have you noticed he's the only person with like tattoos and the team?
Yeah, I did notice that. It sort of makes him a bit scarier, doesn't it? He's like Ireland's Joe Marler.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's like our Maori as well, though.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and
he is.
He's sort of scary looking, isn't he?
He's gonna be there for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very, very talented.
So,
very talented.
So we're after knocking off the forwards there. Who do you think is definitely going to start next week? Do you think anyone do you think Peter Mandy's going to start this time around, or
forwards,
Kellen Doris, or Max Deegan?
I wouldn't be surprised if they start that back row that finished the game there. Max Deegan might be on the bench, although Max Deegan tends to only play number 8, so I don't know whether that will hinder him being picked on the squad, that he's like less versatile around the back 3. But also Standard and Peter O'Mahony can actually play any of the positions.
Yeah. Well,
Standard doesn't really play 7, but O'Mahony can play 7, so you can actually just like bring on Deegan at 8 and then just move around whoever you need to move.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't think Kellen Doris is going to be in the squad now because of that.
No, I feel like they'll want to give him a week off anyway.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost a bit much for him to be like, right, you're concussed, but come back and play against
I
Wales.
know. Yeah, it must be like, oh, here, like, give me a break.
But they must be like the Italy game.
Did you see when they panned to him on the bench, and then like I think it was his girlfriend, because she was sort of like, oh my god, I thought you were dead, and he's like, I'm grand.
I didn't say
oh
that,
my god, like if like that, if you saw that. No, because one of the lads was like, look at her crying, and I was like, she was more like, oh thank God, like crying to me, like thank God, rather than like, damn it, I wish you were dead. Very harsh. So we go into the backs.
Yeah, Conor Murray, what did you think?
I don't know.
To be honest, I wasn't actually over that impressed with his box kicks, you know that?
Yeah.
And normally
he does
that's
that
his
a
thing.
lot.
Yeah. I'm almost like, can we stop kicking the ball away? Like, can we not just pass the backs and give it a run? No?
Did you hear see this video that was sort of going viral now? I don't know if it was fake or not, because there's a lot of fake stuff going around, obviously. But like, supposedly the commentator under his breath goes, "For fuck's sake, stop kicking it!" And then like, when he box kicked it.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But like,
you see it's on Twitter.
Surprised.
That's the shit thing about Twitter. You can't like send it to you. That's when, like, you know, if I send that to you, you're never gonna see it. Like,
it's like follow this Twitter link.
Yeah,
and then like Twitter, like, do you ever find with Twitter you have to click on the video like 4 times for it to actually play?
Sometimes, man.
Twitter is shit.
No, I think Twitter's great crack for
Twitter is good, but like it's actual like, usability.
You should be able
factor.
you should be able to send it directly to your WhatsApp.
I was like, this video is only available in America. It's like, why?
Yeah,
like why?
Yeah, man. But so
like, we don't even fucking China.
Obviously, Cooney came on. What to sort of make of that? They actually were both put down in a press conference today, sitting beside each other, and the reporters go, "Is this awkward?" And it's like, no. It's like,
no, we're both in the same
why
squad.
do they ask stupid questions like that? Oh my god, guys, is that so awkward? It's like we have to be in the same team and away in the World Cup together. No, it's not fucking awkward.
Yep.
Toots, not orcs.
There you have it. Basno said it's not Ox.
Well, like Luke McGrath's trying to get in there as well.
To be honest, I wasn't actually that overly impressed with Cooney when he came on, but he only came on for the last, I think, 15 minutes, so it wasn't...
No, I think we came on around 60th.
Well, 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't, like, blown away, but he didn't actually do anything terrible either. I think he actually did 1 or 2 bad box kicks as well, which is obviously an Ireland technique, but I was like, oh, can we not? See, I almost sort of expected... See the way sometimes he just picks the ball up and darts for Ulster? I was like...
Yeah.
You know when Stringer did that for Ireland?
Sniper, yeah.
Yeah, I was sort of expecting 1 or 2 of them. But obviously he doesn't actually get his game that much for Ireland, so he was like, don't do anything stupid. As in, like, if I like dart 5 yards to get turned over, then people are going to go, Cooney!
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it was close.
Sexton was brilliant. Obviously he scored all the points, so he like, clearly manned the match.
Vintage Sexton.
Yeah. Ross Byrne did come on, but like he actually came on for definitely the last few minutes, wasn't it? I remember just seeing him on and he kicked it, and I was like, at least he got a kick.
Yeah.
Then centres, Bundyaki. I actually thought he played quite well, but like typical Aki performance, like quite physical in centre. Didn't really get too many breaks or anything.
Yeah, it was a lot of foreplay in that game, wasn't it? It wasn't really. There was no real exchanges in the back.
Yeah, there was no. Right, let's see what you guys can do. Go beat a few players. You know
yeah,
I mean? I felt like even when the backs had the ball, like they were like, right, run into the forwards with the ball.
Yeah, before we get started going into the other separate players as well, I see in the backs, this was also mentioned by John Malloy, that a lot of players at the backs are almost doing their own thing. It's not really in tandem together. Like we would have expected Larmer, Stockdale and Conway to maybe like do like a little trio.
Yeah.
Whereas it almost seems like Stockdale's totally by himself going down.
I remember seeing
Larmer does brilliance by himself.
Conway like beat a defender and then passed the ball to Larmer inside their own 22, and then Larmer got like tackled in touch. I was like, you wouldn't have seen that in Leinster. You know what I mean? Like they would have like done something to support each other. You know what I mean? I felt like the back three isn't a problem because they all play for different provinces, and I feel like that doesn't work. I almost feel like if you had, although in fairness, the back three normally was like Carney, Earls, and Stockdale. They all play for three different provinces either.
But they played each other a lot. Do you think this comes with experience and time? Yeah.
See, Conway doesn't have that many international caps. Stockdale like has a decent amount, but like not a hell of a lot. And Larmer doesn't have a lot. So like there obviously isn't this experience factor. I think Larmer's like looking to prove a lot to people. When he gets the ball, he's trying to beat someone. He's trying to make a big impact.
Get people out of the seats, yeah.
And I think maybe I feel like he doesn't trust his boot. Did you get that feeling? I feel like Carney.
See, playing international rugby is a lot different to playing for Leinster as well.
True. I just think Carney, when he gets the ball, he can like absolutely launch one with the boot and like make it save his houses. As opposed to Larmer's like, you know what Larmer's like? It's very reminiscent of when they kick the ball off the American football and the guy catches it in the end zone. And he's like, and run.
Yeah.
That's what it's like when you give Larmer the ball.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Conway is it's Conway and Stockdale are so direct as well. They're like, sprint as fast as you can, hope to beat the other fella.
Yeah.
As opposed to
they're not jinkers. Yeah.
So I wasn't.
Earls is jinky.
Yeah.
If that is a new word.
The jinky fella. To be honest, I wasn't overly impressed with Stockdale and
it was
Conway. I think I was more impressed with Conway than I was with Stockdale. I don't know if that means I'd pick Earls over Stockdale or not.
Earls should be back now. So does Earls get back into that team now? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think Earls will actually play the Wales game and he'll take Conway's position, not because Conway played particularly bad, but just because Josh Adams on the Wales wing is absolutely phenomenal. Scored a hat-trick against Italy and they'll want to have him marked by Keith Earls, I think.
Okay. Well, then in the middle, obviously, as well, Gary Ringrose is out.
Yeah,
so
big loss.
How much you changed this backs?
See, I'm not like a big fan of Henshaw at 13. I much prefer him at 12. Maybe bring Chris Farrell in at 13.
Yeah, I know.
Because John Davies plays in the centre for Wales and he's a big fella.
Yeah, that's what Ron O'Gara was saying, that like it's not necessarily like the
best player. It's
the Henshaw straight in. Yeah, I mean, well, like he said, he was biased towards Munster, but I mean, I like Farrell at 13.
I think Farrell. Look, if we're not going to play flash, expansive rugby,
that's it.
You know what I mean? If you're going to stick the ball up your jumper, Aki and Farrell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you're going to play long ball, there's no point to have Messi there. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, obviously Henshaw's not Messi, but
I think
skill wise,
after watching Ireland beat Scotland, I feel like they're going to have to play ugly against Wales.
Yeah.
To beat them. I don't think like Ringrose is so key to actually interjecting the wingers and the fullback into the game. He's like the last pass to the speed demons. And I feel when you bring Farrell in, it slows it down. It doesn't actually necessarily make it worse, it just makes it different. Yeah. What's your take on that?
No, I agree, man. It's just like what tactics are going to use, then use the correct players into them tactics.
Yeah.
If we're going to go, we're not dogs enough. We're not doggy enough. That's what was said. You said earlier. Go and explain what you were said.
Yeah, I think Ireland don't like when teams are mean to them. Yeah. Like Ireland like when teams are nice to them when they like come up and they sort of tackle them and let them do their phases. Scotland like got up in Ireland's face and they didn't let them breathe and they were rugged to them and they were challenging for every scrum. Ireland sort of like when you let them do this few phases and a few passes and then get something going. I always think Ireland are the more skilled team 90% of the time, and the other team is actually they need to actually like bring it to that next level of trying hard. And that might just seem like very, very silly and very like simple way of putting it, but Scotland are not as good at rugby as Ireland are. They're not as skilled. But they came out in that game and they wanted it more. Scotland actually wanted it more. Ireland were just lucky enough to have someone like Johnny Sexton in the team who can get the job done.
Bearing in mind, it was like, I mean, if we had lost it, imagine how bad things would have been.
Yeah.
But if everyone was watching, remember Hogg went over the line, dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if that goes over, then it's 19-all as well.
Like
Ireland weren't safe until the very, very end.
No.
And I remember watching this being like, here, look, if they don't fucking win this, people are going to give such a less of a shit about our videos as well.
Did you also
being
feel
fucking selfish, like?
Did you also feel that the commentators were commentating as if Scotland were winning? I felt like it was all in Scotland's favour, but not in a sort of negative way to Ireland. But the commentators were like, "Jeez, Ireland want to put up those socks soon now because Scotland are coming."
I remember watching. I was like, "Hold on, this is actually way closer, and they're about to go over." Like, I mean, sort it out, lads. I thought, where's the flashy? Like, remember who scored the try in the first game for Wales? Oh yeah, Dan Biggar. He did the pass through his legs. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Unreal, right? And then I was like, why don't we do that? Because we can. We have the players there. It's not as if like,
where's Ringrose slipping through his legs?
Yeah.
Also, his injury was so weird because the commentators were like, "We can't tell you what happened to him," or the Irish team wouldn't tell you what happened to him.
Something wrong with his hand, supposedly. He's meant to be out for maybe 2 games.
Well, there you have it.
I guess so worked up. Sorry about this. If you like this show, cheers.
So Wales in the other game put Italy to the sword to kick off. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, but Josh Adams hat-trick. Like, what a man. He's actually brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah, he's up for the player of the round.
He was a top try scorer in the World Cup, and now he's probably going to be top try scorer in the Six Nations. I think once you score a hat-trick, you're like, that's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
He could actually beat Stockdale's record. What was Stockdale, 6?
No.
Or 7?
Could have been 8.
What's 8? All the tries.
Yeah, Stockdale any tries, no? But Wales defeated Italy 42-0. Ireland are taking on Wales next on Saturday at 2:15.
And then, bonjour, Francais. They beat England. Like, oh my God, were you shocked by this? Shocked.
But yeah, going into this game, we thought England were going to win. Obviously, because like France has so many changes. Only one player over the age of 30. Ross did actually bring up the fact that England could have a hangover from the World Cup losing the final. Supposedly the stats from the competitions for teams who lose the World Cup final are actually very bad. Were you aware of this?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Either was I. Ronan Garrett mentioned it, but like they obviously like.
Well, obviously you get your heart broken, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
like, you're
so it's hard to get back up this.
Picking up the pieces.
Yeah.
And again, like I think last year Six Nations, a lot of teams were like treating that as like their World Cup warm up. You know what I mean? And England got the whole way to the final.
Yeah,
they lost quite badly to South Africa in the final.
Yeah.
South Africa ended up like come the end of the game, South Africa started making a show of them really.
Yeah. But I don't even think England were like that terribly bad. France were just like unbelievably good. Yeah.
France, new coach, basically a new squad really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Of players. Like I said, very, very young squad. I think the average age or something was 24 in the team. And they just came out and they were 17-0 up at half time. The French fullback as well, like the biggest kick of all time. He kicked the ball from basically underneath the posts into the England 22.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. It was c'est magnifique.
Yeah. But you make it Johnny May then almost saving the day for them as well.
He's an absolutely phenomenal winger.
If that game had went on 5 more minutes, who would have won?
I think France would have held on. I think it was in Paris. It was their kick-off to Six Nations, and I think it was like, I think going in 17-0 up at halftime, that team was like, we're so good. Yeah. You know what I mean? The belief was there.
Yeah, they didn't get it to 24-0.
Yeah.
But it was a weird game for Farrell. Farrell wasn't on point as well.
No, he
usually
wasn't.
Houses.
Well,
do you think that's the Saracens thing?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with it. Like a lot of that England team will be Saracens, whether they start or not. Like Saracens probably have more players in that squad than any other team.
Yeah.
And
do you think the camaraderie is
getting relegated?
now?
They're probably sitting there going, I wonder who I'm going to play for next year. Owen Farrell's like, who's going to pay me all the money Saracens weren't supposed to pay me next year?
Who are?
Yeah.
Who?
I think he's going to go to France.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be, France seems to be able to pay whoever they want. Who's next week's fixtures?
Yeah, okay, so the Six Nations is back next week. On the first game is Ireland versus Wales in the Aviva Stadium, at 2:15. Ross.
I think I said Wales are going to win Six Nations, didn't I?
Did I say that as well? No, I think I said England maybe, did I?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no, I think I said Wales and then England. I don't know, I'm going to have to watch back. But I wasn't like Ireland are going to win. I said Ireland were going to come third. I think I said England, Wales, Ireland.
Okay. I don't think I went back and went, no, Ireland are going to win it. The way I look at it is, it's going to be a really, really tight game. It depends on how the two teams come out. I think Ireland might be able to put the ball up their jumper and get the job done. Play it nice and tight. That Irish pack, get the job done. I think Ireland will win. There'll be a score in the difference.
Oh, this game. I think the way Ireland performed there, that team will not beat Wales. That's what I thought there the other day. Are Ireland going to be worse now coming into this game?
No, I think they'll be better. I think that.
No, it's in player wise. Like, I mean, Ringrose is out. Farrell's in.
Not necessarily. I also think it's hugely sort of discredited that Ireland have a back row sub, and I think that's a massive position to have.
Do you want to go and do as well?
What?
All three home teams won last week, so therefore I'm going to go with the odds and go Ireland. Also, straight after that, it's going to be Scotland against England at 4:45.
I think this one's going to be a draw, you know that?
What's this for again? What do they call it?
Oh,
Calcutta Cup.
Calcutta Cup, yeah. I think it could be a draw, to be honest. England, like Johnny May was like the shining light in that England team. He was actually terrible for one of the early tries defensively. But I think Scotland would have taken a lot from that Irish game. And I feel like that team will grow. And Scotland love beating England. So it doesn't happen too often. I'm going to say draw.
I'm gonna go Scotland again, and then on Sunday France are taking on Italy at 3:00.
I think we're probably going to say France are going to win.
No, I'm gonna go against what I've been saying earlier. I'm gonna go away, Italy. I'm only joking, obviously France.
Yeah,
but Ross, what Six
in
Nations?
fairness, if it was this time last year, you'd be like Italy, give them a good game.
Ross, that sort of wraps it up for the rugby part of the show. Six Nations is back. What you have to say about each team, each of the six teams, in one word per team? So we'll kick it off with Ireland.
Improvement. That's what's needed. That's what's needed.
Oh, what's needed? Okay,
right, what's needed?
Okay, what's needed from each team, Ross? From Ireland.
Ireland, improvement.
Wales.
Consistency.
Scotland.
Finesse.
England.
Bit of grit.
France.
Also consistency.
And then Italy.
Overhaul.
Okay, that's it, lads. Make sure, ladies and gents, come back next week for more Energized Rugby content show. Crack.
And as always,
stay energized. Well, hold on, right? Is that everything? Want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
The Super Bowl was on over the weekend as well.
Well, congratulations to the Chiefs.
Okay, yeah. All right, that's it. Thanks a million, and as always, stay energized.